Hey everyone, this is Jen from over at Jen's scrappypages.blogspot.com, and the project that I'm going to show you how to create today is this really cute card that I created with the Up and Away Thinlits dies from the Occasions catalog. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I don't know about you, but I finished a card and sometimes I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute, and then sometimes I'm like, holy smokes, that's really cute. That's kind of how I felt about it. And I still do. I just love everything about it. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. That's what we're going to be using, the Wink Stella. So let's get started. And I'll tell you what supplies we used. To start with, I used the Lift Me Up stamp set. With the, we just used the sentiment and a little heart. And the Up and Away Thinlits dies. These are the ones that we're going to be using. 5/8 inch Whisper White organza. The inks we're going to be using are Blushing Bride and Crumb Cake. Of course, the Wink of Stella. And then this Whisper White twine, and I'll show you why when we get going. And what you're going to need is a 5.5 by 8.5 inch crumb cake cardstock, 2 1/4 by 5, 1.5 by 4 1/4, and a piece that's approximately 2 3/4 by 4 for the die, for the balloon die. And then we're going to need Soft Sky, 4 by 5 1/4, and a scrap. You don't need much for this little cutout. Piece of Whisper White, and you just need enough to cut the 3 clouds out on. This was, I can't remember, about 2.5 by 3.5. And then you'll need Blushing Bride cardstock, 1 7/8 by 4 5/8, a 1 by 4 1/4, and a scrap to stamp and cut out your heart. Pattern paper that I used for this is from the Falling in Love, and I used a 1 3/4 by 4.5, and this one is to cut out this balloon here. So this is a 3 by 6, but you'll see when we cut it out you could use a little bit less than that. Okay, so let's get going on this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut first. So let me get these out of the way. We're going to pull out the Big Shot and try to cut as many as we can at one time on here. So I think we'll start with lining these up. And then let's cut out this one along with them. Excuse me. All right. Next, we're going to cut out the clouds. So we're going to need 1 of this big one and then 2 of the smaller one. And then we're going to wait and cut out the heart after we stamp it. So I'm going to take my Blushing Bride ink and we're just going to ink it up, stamp it, pull the Big Shot back out, find my heart here, get that lined up. And then last but not least, we are going to cut this balloon. For the balloon, I like to run it through twice, just to make sure that it gets all intricate cuts in there. And the magnetic platform is really good too for holding it in place. So that's what you'll get. Now, because it's rather time consuming to take all those out, I have already cut one out. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is, and I learned the hard way last night with my card, is I'm going to color it with the Wink of Stella first. It was kind of an afterthought last night with my card, and I had to be careful not to get the Wink of Stella onto the pattern paper that I used. But basically, you're just going to kind of run over the whole entire piece with your Wink of Stella just to get it all glittery. And for time's sake, I already have one made up. So now that we have everything cut, what we're going to do is we're going to take the pieces that we cut for the inside of the balloon, and they're going to go onto the back. Now, I just used a fine tip glue pen, and I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. And then I chose the soft sky for my little basket. So we're going to set this aside. Then we're going to get started on the card. So you're going to fold your card base in half. And if you have pre-scored, then it might make it a little bit easier. Okay, I'm going to take my soft sky cardstock. Set that down here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your Blushing Bride and adhere that to the crumb cake strip. And then you're going to take your ribbon Okay, it's not going across. All right. You're just going to wrap the edges around. Like so. And then you want to be pretty generous with your adhesive, just to make sure that it all sticks down with that extra little layer of ribbon underneath. Okay, that should do it. We're going to put that down here, maybe about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. And then what I'm going to do, this is where this twine comes in to play. I'm just going to wrap this around right about here. And I do that because when I add my bow, since I'm just making a bow separately, kind of want that cinched in. So cinch it as best you can. And then, well, it didn't turn out as tight as the one before, but hopefully it should work. And then just cut that twine down pretty close to the edge there. For the ribbon, I'm just going to take and make a small bow. see if I can do this quickly. And then I found if I pull on the back side of this ribbon, I can make my bow a little bit smaller, and I just kind of tighten it up as I go. So I want to, let's see, I'll go that way. That should be just about right there. It didn't take too long at all. And you're gonna cut at an angle. And you can correct that as you go. I'm going to set that aside for now. And what we're going to do is you're going to take your crumb cake and your blushing bride, and you're going to layer these. Oops. It's going to go about so. And you want your DSP. And you're going to put that in the center of that. So you just want just a sliver of that blushing bright to be peeking through. Now you're going to stamp. Unlike what I did last night, is I forgot to stamp until after I had popped everything up. Kind of have a tendency to do that. Make sure it's not upside down. Put it up maybe about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch up. Perfect. I just use pop dots on this. Maybe just a few coming down. And then you're going to set this on your base about right about here-ish. Let's see if I can get this straight on here. Yep. All right, now I did not put any pop dots. Well, I did, but they turned out to be a little, like it wasn't reaching down. So all I did for my balloon is put adhesive on this side of it and then let the rest of it just kind of free flow off of the card. So you're going to put your balloon about here-ish. That looks good. And then I put a cloud up top. And you're going to put your little heart that you made. Maybe. Kind of overlapping that a little bit. And then you're going to put this longer cloud. I could have probably put it on ahead of time, but I kind of like to see where, I think I cut off a little bit of it last time so it would fit. So you're going to kind of just put that so it's peeking above the balloon. And then last cloud you're going to put coming up from underneath of it. Like about yay so. All right, now we're going to put the ribbon on using a little dot, snot dot as I like to call them, just on the back to hold it. All right. So stuck to the back of there. Okay, that's it. What do you think? I think it's just, I don't know. I can't get enough of them. I think they're so pretty. If you head over to my blog, jensscrappypages.blogspot.com, and leave a comment, let me know what you think of the card, how the video went. I will send you a card I'll do a drawing for someone to receive the card and a little goodie from me. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned a little something today, and I hope you enjoyed watching me put this together. And I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.